Present
recorded.
is Diana, Liz, myself. Absent is Gail and Kathy.
And it's being recorded.
And it's being recorded. So, the first thing is to, take a look at the notes and make sure. Okay. Ooh, trick or treat. A little early.
Hi, Board of Health? Thank you very much.
Hi, Mike.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourselves?
Good. Do you want to sign in for me?
I certainly will.
Tree people. Oh, yeah, that thing which is supposed to start at 7:20.
Yeah, it's not, no, that's not happening because Kathy isn't here.
Good. I didn't want to do it anyway.
What was it?
Well, there was supposed to be a presentation by Irene Conklin.
Yes, yes, but that's not happening.
Okay, so the only thing
Thanks.
that I
Thank you.
saw on the notes, was just one change of the name.
Okay.
Person move up to tradition was like the person, doctor's decision. Will, the doctor's decision most likely will be to treat the person or something to that effect.
Instead of was,
Yeah. 'Cause
most
that's
likely
not-
will be. Most likely will be.
Diana, what word would you use? Potentially?
Potentially.
No.
That was in relation to the TB
Yeah.
situation.
Possibly, maybe just
It's
the word,
right here.
Okay.
maybe just the word possibly might be.
Yeah,
just-
because they didn't actually say.
No, they
Will,
didn't actually say,
Wait a minute, hold it. Was to treat the person for 1 year.
yeah,
Doctor's decision, she wants to change that was.
to possibly,
Or was possibly to treat?
yeah,
Will possibly treat.
will possibly be to treat the person for 1 year.
Okay.
Cause we don't have a definitive.
That's what I was gonna say. There's no
There was
definitive.
one positive and 2 negatives, and she's doing well, I guess. I haven't followed up, and epidemiology hasn't called. I keep looking at the notes and Maven, and they haven't changed, so evidently, department's okay with whatever's happening.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 negatives, it sounds like it's just an exposure rather than an actual case.
I just saw Judy's name spelled incorrectly.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That could
9E.
9E.
Yeah.
Ooh, we can't have
Oh,
that.
yes, so.
But otherwise, perfect. as
Perfect,
usual.
yeah. So, we have it, accept the minutes for the meeting of October 8th. Second?
I second.
So Judy, you did a motion?
Yeah.
And who's second?
Diana.
Yeah, Diana.
Okay. That takes care of that. We'll start doing the Kathy thing, turning it over. All right, the next thing is what is 11B?
That's the 7:20 p.m. Irene comment.
Okay,
Yes, and that we're gonna put off till the November 12th meeting.
okay. COVID, 19 and flu. So I got a hold of Chris, the pharmacist over at Chair City in Gardner, and he gave me a couple dates, 6th or the 13th of November. unfortunately, this place is filled with all kinds of meetings, so the 6th is the only option that we got left. And it's gonna be in the senior center, so we gotta kind of, a couple of us have got to kind of get together and set up the EDS setup on a smaller version than what we would do over in the school. So they are bringing COVID and they're bringing flu. I tried to push a little and get, can you bring RSV and pneumonia too? And they said no. So I got it as far as I got.
Well, that's good.
So they asked me how many did we have last year come through? But now we're holding it on Wednesday evening. We've got 3 weeks to advertise it, so we can get it up on the little blinky board up
Mhm.
there by the fire department. And we can get it on, and he sent me, I haven't been home long enough to check my email, but he said in your email you will find the permission slip, all the paperwork that goes with it. So we need to get that out on the front on the website, and we need to get, maybe a blast email as well.
Yep.
And maybe we can put out, a sign right here at the driveway too, as people go through head to the post office box or whatever. Then they'll see that there's gonna be a flu clinic November 6th. It's gonna be from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Well, that's
He
what
says he doesn't need any nurses. I told him I was gonna bring nurses anyway. So we've got 20 something nurses in this town. They're
Mhm.
more than willing to drop that whatever they're doing to come and help. So, and plus there's 2 of us on the board, so we can get in there and help give shots. And so I do not want to see a backup. I have seen this happen when pharmacies get determined that they're going to do it their way, and the line backs right up out the door. So I don't want to be doing that. But if we can get like a couple CERT members to help out, make sure that if there's any, Albert Royalston, they had a number of seniors who needed a little bit of assistance. So if we can get a couple CERT members to help handle the paperwork, Diane and I, you and I can jump in.
It's on the 6th.
Yeah, don't tell me you're busy.
I have concert tickets with my husband or something, so.
Well, I'll see if I can get a hold of Kathy Waldy or a few others that are in town that, would be more than willing to come in and help.
Okay.
Kathy doesn't like giving shots. So we've got plenty of people.
Okay.
I
It's at
notified
4.
the fire
It's the
department.
evening, right?
4 to 7 p.m.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Ugh,
The
shucks.
seniors will
It was
be there.
earlier.
It's the seniors that will be there from 4 to 5. Actually, they'll probably be there at 3:30, because that's the way seniors work. So they'll be there. That was funny when I did the Royalston one. Gary said, "Oh, be there even though it says 10 o'clock. Be there at 9:30, because you know what happens then."
Well, it's true though.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what we're gonna have, and we'll get it set up and we'll work it out, and hopefully it'll show Chris that we're good folks to work with, because this will be a first time for him too over
Good.
here.
Good, this is great. Do you wanna just, interrupt just to find out how we can help Mike? Or are you just here for the meeting, Mike?
I'm here for the meeting.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There's some agenda items
Okay.
that,
Okay.
I watch your agenda, and if something pops up that,
Okay,
Yes,
I didn't know
then-
if it was something we could address, that's all,
Oh,
so that you
okay.
could go home.
yes, you'll be able to address it, and I'm sure you'll have all the answers. It's actually, there's a couple things that you mentioned, the COVID and flu shots. Madam Acting Chair, Madam Acting Chair, Mike Stahl, 5 Lombard Road. Last year, I brought an elderly gentleman, and that may occur again if he wants to go and get shot. And so, I also wanted to get shots, and I got them, but with my military ID, my retired military ID, apparently that didn't suffice the data that you needed. So I'm wondering if I can find out in advance what's needed so that I can be processed on through without a delay.
I was told by Chris that it's just a matter of the permission slip, which is pretty much very similar, the same as we've had in the past for flu clinics.
A permission slip from what to whom?
Well, it just is a list of like, have you been sick in the last 72 hours?
Oh, a
Are you
checklist.
running the temperature, things like
Oh,
that.
I think we can deal with the checklist.
Yeah.
That'll be okay.
And then there's a checklist for COVID.
Yes.
And what he says that if you don't have, you do need to bring in your insurance card or your Medicare card. But if somebody walks in and says, I don't have that, then, the idea is that if you give up your social security number to Chris, you'll put it down on his forms, then when he gets back, then he can, bill Medicare or your insurance company,
Okay.
because he'll have access to the insurance records that your social security number is tied into.
Okay.
So that should eliminate any
Okay.
issues.
Thank you. I think that answers the question.
Okay, perfect. All right, moving on.
Did you
Title
have
V.
anything else? Did
Oh,
you have
Maven,
anything?
there was nothing.
Maven,
There was one case of, camping, but campylobacteriosis. But that was a
That's
double.
fancy.
What is it?
You don't wanna have it.
No.
A lot of diarrhea.
Oh, yeah, no, thanks, I'm good.
And it's a bacteria that oftentimes you find people who have animals, barn animals, they're more prone to it. It's just part of the environment, and you pick it up, then it gives you a lot of diarrhea. So it's treated with antibiotics.
okay.
So, it was just a matter of going down, of just checking off that, yes, we're aware of the case. All right. Title V, 19 Grimes Road.
It's actually a perk test.
And it passed.
That they all pass.
Does Kathy want to sign these things, or?
She can, if you, or you can, this is one.
Just as review?
Yeah, you can just sign it as review.
All right. You guys want to see this?
Sure.
Okay. What's the date? 23rd?
Second.
Okay. There's new construction. Where's the house going?
It's 19 Grimes. That was the lot number. He put the lot number, but it's 19 Grimes.
Oh, okay. All right. So this was a part for the new construction.
Yeah, all of them are perks, we don't have any Title Vs, which is unusual.
I won't argue with that. Okay. Now this is the repair.
It's just the application and the receipt.
What went wrong? Do you know any details on the repair?
No, we don't have that yet, that's just a perk to do with the repair.
Or something
I know
went
there's
wrong?
not much, I know, but I don't know what it is. This one is
Bemis,
Yeah,
is
this
another
is-
one
so
for
this-
repair.
This is a repair, and we had already reviewed on 10/8. So that, so it's,
Okay. Okay,
But they got
just
done.
saying.
But they got done.
Practice Hill, that's new construction.
Okay. So, that says, well, proposed house, and there's a barn, is the barn part of the property?
I don't know.
They did two perks. Okay. New construction. You're going to have to explain this Humla Hive.
I know. Well, this is the one that, she's selling, at Rieta.
Oh, okay.
What is this access?
I think that's how they came in. They came in up behind the barn,
Oh, because there isn't a driveway, right? Is that what this is?
and then these are the holes.
Got it.
There's the well, so they're planning 100 feet away.
Across the street, Oh, it's a different house, that's not the.
Yeah, the
They haven't
proposed-
built the house yet, right?
Right, the house
Okay.
that's proposed.
Proposed house, okay. I'm with ya.
So we don't have any wastewater. Water tests,
Okay,
and we don't have any wastewater tests.
okay.
So the next one is this, and this is the one that, she sent all of her information.
Okay. And what is she
But she's the
selling?
one that, Kathy spoke with her, cookies and breads at Rieta.
Why, where does, what does?
Because Kathy was at Rieta.
No, I mean, what does Humla Hive mean?
I don't know, it's their name,
I thought, well, when I looked at it, I was wondering if it was like
bees or something.
or pastries or something
Mm.
using honey instead
Mm.
of sugars and things like that.
Yeah, I'm not, maybe it's cookies and breads.
Okay, we'll have to go down and test it.
Yeah.
Taste test.
Samples.
All right.
Lost my clip.
It
That's the
didn't-
second time I lost it today with this. This whole thing is the help see.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead. Kathy can't have the report because she's not here.
Right. Okay, so what's the update?
So we signed the, agreement
Mhm.
and, she received it and sent it back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're just waiting to get the bins and she'll let us know when they're gonna be delivered.
So we're moving forward.
We are,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice color.
just
gonna let
waiting
us
to hear,
know.
she's gonna email me.
Nice.
And I wanna skip down, cause it's in the same ballpark, this NEDT that came through.
Yes, that is down here, and what I discussed through email with her, Marty, yes. So, there is no cost to start the program. Some towns will use DEP grant money, so down here, it ranges from, $20 to $100 per household, and the total budgets vary from $1,900 to $10,000, depending on the size of the town that they want us to pay.
We have
So,
to pay them.
no, so we're, I said, thank you for the information, I do not believe the town of Hubbardston would be participating at this time, but we are able to send, but are we able to send residents to you directly if they have hazardous household items to be disposed of? For example, if somebody called, from the town called looking to dispose of mercury thermometers, would I be able to suggest they could bring them to you? And he said, yes, our collection centers are open to residents of any community on a pay-as-you-throw basis. And we do accept mercury devices. Cost is typically $10 each. So we are able, it's at least a place, cause I've gotten phone calls
About what do I do with my oil-based paint,
Correct.
things like that.
Yeah.
This is in Sutton?
There's one in Sutton, Westfield, I think.
Okay.
So neither one of those
Well,
places
it's-
are pretty close to us.
No, but it's not that bad. You know, I mean, if you're looking to get a bunch of stuff together or with a few people and, you know,
Expensive. We looked
I was
into that.
thinking more,
Mhm.
yeah, I was
Pricey.
thinking more we could have a hazardous waste day, would they just do it for one day?
they would not.
Okay.
We'd still have to pay that fee.
Yeah, it's a pretty good fee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have an answer for now,
Mhm,
like at least when
mhm.
somebody calls.
Yep.
Not throw it in your backyard.
Right, correct. So, that's that. Oh, someone needs raising their hand.
Madam Chair, Mike Stahl, 5 Lombard Road. I might have lost what agenda item we're on.
Oh, I skipped down to number 11D.
D, only because it
Ah.
was similar
It's
to what we were
related
just
to-
talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, because that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's
So
related
it's
for recycling.
starting, yeah. So the town does not have a hazardous waste program right now where residents can bring their stuff like some of
Right.
our surrounding towns do. And it appears that some of the towns periodically will open it up to other towns, but you pay,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you know, and I don't know how that all works, cause I haven't used it, but I'm helping somebody move out of their home, and they've got a lot of liquid chemicals and whatnot.
They will take them.
Yeah, I just went, when I saw this on the agenda, I went and looked up NEDT.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And saw their nice little video.
Yeah.
And that just kinda got me in the door. I wanted to, understand, I guess they approached us offering the services.
They approached it was an email sent to me,
Okay.
yes. Mhm.
And
So
did they
we-
want to become, like, provide that service to the town
Yeah,
as a
but it's
group or
would-
to individuals? And
Well-
just want us to market it?
It appears that they are willing to offer the service, but if we were to offer it as a town-wide, if we were to bring it into the town and offer it as a piece of, business in the town, it would cost the town, what'd you say, $9,000 to $10,000?
No, it's,
$1,900
$1,900 to $10,000,
Yeah,
depending on
Okay,
How much?
2 to 10,
size of the town.
okay.
So, at this time, I'm not even sure how much we would really have. And that's why I was wondering about just doing a one day a year, which
Right.
a lot of towns do.
Okay.
And that's
And
not.
maybe
But they're
we
not
can
interested in that.
I don't think so, we could research that though.
I wonder
see
if there are other companies too, you know?
I'm sure, we can look at that.
And if maybe we could tie it in with the metal collection day that we have as
That's
well.
what I was hoping.
Yeah.
You
That's-
know, that was gonna be
That was
different.
my other item, so,
Yeah.
okay.
I was
Because
hoping it was gonna be a different answer than what
We,
they
we
gave us.
used to have, I understand, a recycling center, I think is what.
Yes, yeah, by the
Yes.
DPW.
Right, it was called.
No, what
And-
happened with the recycling.
And then we suspended that
Well,
service-ish.
And then if we were to restart it back up, we suspended it because it was kind of getting out of hand. So we got it kind of under some control and cleaned up, the area cleaned up. To restart, because, we were functioning under an old set of rules. To restart the recycling center is a whole new set of rules.
Okay.
And that would require some buildings and other things like that, you know, that we just don't have. Never did have, and at this point in the game, don't have the funds to get into, resetting up the recycling center.
Did we have a hazardous material, hazardous waste coordinator certified
I
program?
don't think so. I think
Okay.
that was
I
one
don't-
of the
That-
few
I
things
heard
we
that.
didn't take,
I think that was probably
Mhm.
one of the issues.
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
I think things weren't done, you know, I mean, not, and anybody, you know, it was not on purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we were
The
just
hazardous waste rules can be very challenging
Yeah.
and changing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so you
Yeah.
have to keep up on it.
Mhm.
But even just trying to take in what can be recycled is challenging because you need to find the buyer who would take, you know, the plastics or take the metals and all that. So, that's why, you know, it's just a challenge, and so some things would sit for a long time because there was no way to get it recycled, was
Mhm.
it?
And you have to have the manpower there
Right.
as well.
Yeah. So, somebody wants in.
Yes, sir.
Is there a candidate?
I don't think if it is, it should be over the senior center,
I was just over there.
Yeah.
I was just over there. I saw a couple of-
Tomorrow?
This is the Board of Health.
Yeah,
That's
meeting.
tomorrow, right?
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, they tell me.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Because my notice got Tuesday, the 23rd.
Oh,
Tuesday's
yeah,
tomorrow.
that's a conflict, yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
So, jumping back to number 10D, that's all in the same,
Mm-hmm.
Kathy tells me that we're all set for the 26th. We have people who are willing to help. That's a Saturday. Doesn't look like Kathy's gonna be there, so
I'm free.
I am too.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I have a
Yeah.
birthday party, but for a 2-year-old, but no Saturday.
What time, remind me,
What time?
10 to 2?
10.
10 to 2?
10 to 1.
10 to 1.
Yeah.
Great.
And I know Colleen volunteered. I think Bella's gonna be there too.
Probably.
And I think there's one more. So, we'll have enough. I don't know what I'm doing down there. But maybe the others can tell us.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, let's go back to, I'm gonna skip the budget for now. Defibrillator for the library update.
Yeah. You were gonna check on that.
I haven't heard anything.
Okay, system rules.
I'll be meeting with, I'll be seeing Morgan on Friday, so I'll see if I can get some information out of
Yeah, it's, I researched, if you can get a little more information, maybe we can apply for a grant for that. There's
Okay.
many different programs. And somebody I work with suggested talking to the fire chief of the town
Mm-hmm.
on where we might be able to get that for the library.
So remind me, there isn't one there at all, right? It's not that it needs to be updated, there's just no defibrillator.
There's just no defibrillator, and that's, on their lists that they would like to add to the library, just for safety's sake.
Yeah.
I would like to see a ramp before you see a defibrillator.
That's a good point.
Getting up and down those steps is getting harder.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I know they have that on their list too.
Around.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, or update the lift that they have on the side of the steps. So, but there's a number of things that they have on their list. The library is beginning to show its age, so they have a wish list going.
Okay.
Permit fee schedule update. Do we wanna do anything with that?
I don't think we have to. I think we can wait on this if you want to do that.
Okay.
It was just whether or not you wanted to discuss it. It was on old business and we hadn't finished it, so I just left it on there.
Okay. Has the, Nate or anybody else looked at it?
They're the ones that gave us
Yeah, they
the-
gave us that.
Yeah.
Have they made any other,
I
have they
haven't
moved
heard.
forward on it?
I don't know.
So they haven't moved forward on it, we haven't moved.
Right, right.
Okay. All right, we'll start. And the budget line items for Board of Health, is there anything that we need to look at tonight?
Well, I think you might want to, just as a group, they are in the meeting notes from the last meeting. So it would be 9C.
Okay,
There were some that we had listed from last meeting, and whether or not you wanna add to that.
Did anyone email with any other ones?
No, I haven't
No.
gotten anything, no.
No, what about, like general office things?
Those are under our regular line
Okay.
items, so we don't have to, even the, forms, Kathy was gonna put those on, but they don't need to be put on
Okay.
because we can pay for those through the supply line.
Okay.
I have heard from other towns that is a vulnerable line item to be scratched.
The what?
I said, that line item of office supplies has been a point of vulnerability for some boards of health, and it's been scratched off
What
their
do you
list
mean?
or minimized down to $300.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm just telling you that
Okay.
this is talking to others.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've been hearing from them, so they, are we in that kind of vulnerability where?
No, not at all.
Okay,
No.
so that's good news.
No.
So do we know from this list here what the approximate payments were for these last year, or what we hope to be budgeted?
Well,
Like, some of
Judy
them we
could
haven't
speak
paid.
to about the town nurse. I mean, we had already talked about that too last meeting. The town nurse was, how much did you say, 45 an hour?
Yeah,
With a minimum of, 4 hours per month.
4 to 16 hours.
What is the budget?
Minimum of 4 hours per
Mhm.
month.
Mm-hmm.
What does the budget request form look like?
I'm not sure.
Because, like, how detailed do we need to be, you know?
Well, we can put down what we need to, and then Nate can help us adjust it if there's
Okay.
something.
Did you
know.
get the budget request form?
Mm-mm, no.
So they didn't send
Well, I
to
mean, I
us.
think, I'm not sure if we just need to write down what we want.
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
looking at this, and it
Mhm.
says on October 1st that it was sent.
Yeah,
So-
I didn't get that.
So I guess
I
you're
don't
right,
know
we
it's
don't-
actually a form.
I think in that sense, then we can be a little vague, right? Like, we don't have to be super detailed about what exactly we want covered in flu clinics, for instance. We can just say flu clinics.
I think you do want to be a little bit detailed. because it's, you know, to make sure that they understand what the money that you're asking for is gonna be used for.
Okay.
I think the reason why you didn't get one is departments, so that would be highway, fire, police.
No, I would get one, I just don't know that, it's actually a form. I can check with Nate to make sure. But the thing is that it's due November 4th.
Right,
Which
so-
is not next week, but the week after, I believe.
Right, yeah.
So, and it would be before we even meet next time,
Right, so we really need to nail down.
kind of figure out.
So these are the things then: town nurse, maven coverage, housing inspector, food inspector, landfill, mowing, flu clinics, education.
That's what you guys discussed at the last meeting.
And nobody emailed anything else?
No.
Okay. I have no concept of what is necessary in terms of budget for any of those,
Mhm.
except for the landfill.
Yeah, well, we are supposed to, somewhere there's supposed to be a flu clinic line item, right? Or at one
No,
point there
it's-
was.
There maybe at one point there
There
was,
was.
but I believe the flu clinic money is in the revolving account. It was moved there so it had easier access in case we needed it.
Yeah, that's the one that Kathy was saying she had some regrets about doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So what about Maven, Judy?
Maven would be incorporated into the town nurse.
So it would be incorporated, okay. Alright,
So what would that figure look like?
Like,
well, so
it's
it's
about
at least
it's about
$200
$200 a month. If-
180, yeah.
Yeah,
200
if
a month.
she did the whole 16 hours,
Yeah.
and then, be 200 a week. 200 a week if she did 4 hours, approximately,
Mhm,
$200 a week if she did 4 hours a week, so it's $800 a month. Times 12, that comes out to maybe 600.
No, not 600.
9,600.
Okay, 96 or so. Only by
Per
1,000.
year.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the Maven coverage is included, so housing inspector and then food inspector. Food inspector is gonna be,
Those two are going to be our
but the food
issues for next
inspector-
year.
Yes, and food inspector is gonna be a lot more than the housing inspector, because
Mhm.
we don't get as much, as in, as many calls on that,
On which one?
on the housing.
The housing.
That would be for like dorms or.
K-
No, it would be like if you need to, if there was a problem, if there was a complaint.
Okay.
Kathy said this is one and the same person though, right?
No.
Ideally.
No, they're
The food inspector, and complaints go together, but housing and complaints are different.
Okay.
there's somebody not maintaining.
Yes, or
Okay,
if
like-
there's,
Alright, so I've been on that end, and and there's another one that probably, but might land in for the town nurse or under housing inspector. I've been on a couple calls where the people themselves were kind of in trouble. They were living in situations they shouldn't have been living in.
that's what the housing
Yeah,
inspection would be.
and we ended up having to move the people out first before we worried about doing a housing inspection and
Mhm.
getting after a landlord or whatever. So, I remember one case we were able to, move him into a assisted living, and that worked out well. It was a vet who was kind of in trouble, so we got him into an assisted living. So, and that worked out well for him. But that's where I think that the housing inspection could possibly be Board of, town nurse or the Board of Health itself working together as a team, rather than just say, okay, rather than just putting it on the housing inspector alone. So, food inspector is a different story, that's going into the kitchens,
Correct.
making sure everything's,
And that's there's a lot of work.
Do you
Kathy
think-
does a lot of work for
Yeah,
that.
do
She
you think
does a lot.
there's a chance that we could get a ballpark figure from her before the 4th?
Well, what I was gonna suggest is maybe you wanna make a motion to, you know, if there's anything here that you want to talk about or whatever, but if you wanna have her go forward and put in figures.
yeah, would,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have no concept of
Right.
what.
Right,
yeah, if she's got some ballpark
only because you.
salary costs
Yeah.
for these folks, then,
And so then that way she can do that
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
board's behalf
Yeah.
before the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
way-
great.
Yeah, then we can take a step forward and not wait till the last second.
Especially the ones that we haven't budgeted for in the past,
Correct.
she'll know.
Right, right, so do you wanna do that?
Okay, make a motion that we have Kathy, research out, some housing inspector numbers, costs, and food inspector numbers and costs, to add as part of the budget line. Forward to the, who's the committee we're forwarding it to?
It's through the,
Finance committee, right?
Town administrator.
Town administrator.
Select board and finance committee. Okay,
A second.
all in favor?
In favor.
Aye.
All right. Cause the others, flu clinics and education, we can wrap that into the town nurse. Landfill, mowing, that's.
Well, education, I
those are
think she is
bills.
thinking more like for members, if they wanted to take class or
Oh.
whatever that you
Yeah.
have to pay for,
Yeah,
that kind
that's a
of
good
thing.
idea. That's the, and we also have a fee for the Massachusetts Board of Health. Right?
The what?
Yeah, we get a bill every year to belong to the association for the Massachusetts Health Boards, MAHB.
Oh, yes, that, for $600.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that needs to be in on
Mhm.
the budget line as well.
Mhm. Is it MPHN?
No,
No?
it's MAHB.
MAHB, okay.
It's an association
Yearly
that,
fee.
yeah, now they do offer conferences,
Yeah.
yeah. So if we're a member, we get to go,
Like, about what percent of the state is a member?
most of it.
Yeah. Good, that's good.
Other than that, I don't really, landfill mowing, that, they're just gonna bill us, so. Do we have a line
But-
item for that?
We don't,
Okay, I didn't think so.
but like, we don't have it for the landfill testing. That's a bit much
That's
bigger
a
one.
bigger headache.
But
Alright.
it has to be, it's going to need to be on there,
Yeah, okay.
so that it's covered.
Well, at least tonight we took one step forward.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, community needs assessment resource guide?
Yeah, you had said that you, wanted to talk about that, or Kathy, you mentioned it last meeting, and so I just said that I had one, so I brought it.
Yeah, so if anybody needs them, I'd be more than willing to bring it in.
Something
One of-
that Gail was talking about, and now I don't.
Yeah, and the other, did you want one, Diana?
Sure.
You wanna
Okay.
see this one?
Yeah, let me see.
I think the tab is where we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring a few more down. I have boxes sitting in my kitchen.
Oh.
But one of the things that we are going to do, I talked to Jane Bondra, oh, I can't remember how to say her, Bondrat. She's the intern that worked so hard on that, you know, putting it all together and doing a lot of the research. And, I talked to her and I said, there's been a suggestion that maybe some recreational, items per town. So if she's ambitious enough to try and get that done in the next year or so, we
Mhm.
might have a third printing on it.
Oh, okay, so
Run.
we should, because we are changing to .gov.
Yes.
So if there's emails, I think there are, so we would wanna make, so
Yeah.
can you just check with her and we can go
Yeah.
over what is in there and
And
make
any changes you wanna make, we can actually, I pass them on to Jane right
Okay.
now.
Okay,
And then she has a master, I have a master, but I usually let her do it.
Mhm.
And so she can change that.
Okay.
It was her project, I'm not gonna take away her,
no,
her,
not at all.
yeah, she did an excellent job.
So I remember the reason that we wanted to look at it because we were looking at the fee schedule where they'd done the survey of surrounding towns, and we wanted to compare the median household income and the
Oh,
towns.
yes,
and the
yes,
permits,
that's
yeah.
right, yep,
Yep,
yep, that's exactly.
So that'll
And
be
that's
super
exactly in
helpful,
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll bring extras
Okay.
and I'll leave them at the office.
Okay, Judy.
Yeah.
Before we move off, thank you, Madam Chair. Mike Stahl, 5 Lombard Road. May I just see the table of contents of that to see, I don't know if this is beneficial to residents or if it's more
Oh,
of
yeah,
a-
it is, it's available for residents.
Is it online with the town
I-
right now?
No, it's not online, I
Okay.
can make it online. But usually if anybody wants one, I just bring a few in and put them aside.
I was just wondering if anybody off the top of their head knew if this mentioned for any of the towns hazardous materials or hazardous waste.
No, I can tell you not,
Not, okay.
yeah,
That's what I'm
I'm
looking
one of the
for.
authors, so.
But I'm just gonna look at other things, just to be familiar
Oh,
with
It's
what
a
it
nice,
is.
it was a nice collection of information.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, enjoy. All right, where are we now?
So we,
Trash, we're on
the
trash.
trash service proposals for collection. So this, Kathy wanted this to be put on the agenda, because there's gonna be, the date is October 30th, which is next Wednesday at 6 o'clock, via Zoom. I don't know if I sent this, no, I didn't. I will send this to, do you want me to just forward this
I
to
think
you?
I remember that date. Didn't you send? I thought you
I may
sent it out.
have,
It doesn't ring a bell to me, but that doesn't.
you can look at it if you want.
I think I put it
She
on.
just wanted to speak about that, you know, if you guys wanted to attend.
Yeah, that was, right, they were going to do that. Where's my,
Okay, so this is for potential vendors, right?
I believe so.
Oh.
yeah, I have something, I've already put, certainly. So this is gonna be on Zoom?
I believe so. So I will forward that email to everyone.
This is the discussion between, to move it forward.
I don't think
I-
that's it. I think it, because, I don't think so.
It looks like it's representatives from, is it 3 towns?
Yeah,
And then vendors come to the Zoom meeting to ask questions to the representatives for the town.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think
it's not
that's more
a
what
step
it is.
forward, it's just an information.
More information, yeah.
All right, do we have any unexpected subjects?
I don't,
Do we have any complaints?
I don't believe so.
Do you have any?
It's cool. Turnovers, warrants?
No, we don't have any of that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
look at that.
yeah. All right, next meeting, November 12th. That's because we have the election, which will keep us away from having a meeting. Right?
No, the election is the,
That's still the first week, huh?
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
All right,
Did you wanna ask Mike if he wanted anything else?
yep, in a minute.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you, Mike Stahl, 5 Lombard Road. The date for the COVID flu shots
November
was?
6th. November 6th.
6th, the day after the election.
Day
So
after
Wed-
the election.
Wednesday.
Right,
Correct.
so we don't want anybody sick before the election, so we,
Okay, thank you very much.
all right. Anything else, anybody? Oh, okay, then we'll say the meeting is adjourned at 8 o'clock.